February 23rd, 2022 from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Welcome. Today I'm going to talk about this report that ARK Invest put out called Big Ideas. Now, this thing is well over 100 pages, and I'm just going to focus on two sections and two sections only. They are electric vehicles and autonomous ride hailing. Now, anytime you mention ARK Invest, if people know Wall Street well, some of them think she is incredible, and others think she is an idiot, a moron. That goofball that's on that does his own show with the bald head and likes to ring bells and throw stuff around. What's his name? Kramer. Kramer really went off on her last week and said she invests like a newbie. She brings up emotions in a lot of people who watch Wall Street closely. If you don't watch it closely, you have no idea who she is. But she runs this fund, and this video is not about ARK Invest. It's about this report. But I have to say this, because right off the bat, people are going to poo-poo this whole report, just because they don't like her. But those that say she don't know what she's doing, I want to show you the stock price today. Look at this, $60.88. Look at the bottom left-hand corner. This fund has lost 56.19% this year. ARKK, ARK Innovation ETF, which focuses on future transportation and disruptive stuff, things she thinks are going to disrupt the marketplace. Now, that looks bad, but look at this chart. Look at that. From 2017, a slow, steady climb till it shoots to the moon, then falls back to earth. Look at the upper right-hand corner. This fund has gained 164% in 5 years. And the price today is just about the price it was 2 years ago. It's gained just a couple of dollars in 2 years, basically. But 164% over 5 years. Now, I don't know. Maybe she'll be proven right. Maybe she won't. But that's not what this is about. I just want to get that out of the way because there are people that just cannot stand her. And there are people that love her. So anyway, and at the end of this video, I'm going to put up 3 screenshots of all the holdings in the ARKK ETF so you can pause them and look at them if you want to. I'm not an investor in this fund. I've considered it, and I might at some point, but there are just too many of the holdings that I just have no faith in myself. But Kathy Wood's probably a smarter person than me. So, all right, let's get into this. I hope y'all stuck around. Okay, here we go. Big Ideas 2022. Oh, I forgot to do something. First, let's look at the definition of Wright's Law. Wright's Law was pioneered by Theodore Wright in 1936. Wright's Law aims to provide a reliable framework for forecasting cost declines as a function of cumulative production. Specifically, it states that for every cumulative doubling of units produced, cost will fall by a constant percentage. We all know the more you make of something, the less it costs to make it. We all know that. So, they're going to use that term, Wright's Law, in this report they put together. They're going to use the term Wright's Law in this report they put together a few times. ARK's research is centered around the belief that 5 innovative platforms are evolving and converging at the same time. Artificial intelligence, robotics, energy storage, DNA sequencing, and blockchain technology. If you believe that those groups are about to shoot to the moon, you need to invest in ARKK. If you think it's overblown and hype and you don't like those 5 groups, then leave them alone. Don't touch it. Okay, electric vehicles. Based on Wright's Law, ARK forecasts that EV sales will increase roughly 8-fold, or a 53% annual rate from 4.8 million in 2021 to 40 million units in 2026. In our view, the biggest downside risk to our forecast is whether traditional automakers will be able to transition successfully to electric autonomous vehicles. I don't think they will be. I think it's going to be really tough, much tougher than what most realize for Ford, Chevy, Volkswagen, all of them to produce electric cars by the millions a year. I could be wrong, and I hope I am wrong. But I think it's going to be much tougher than they think. Just because you can build a gas vehicle does not mean you can build electric vehicles to scale. Wright's Law says if you're going to try out a new flying machine, then North Carolina is the best place to do it. Hold on, I must have read that wrong. Let me try again. Wright's Law has modeled the decline in battery cost accurately. According to Wright's Law, for every cumulative doubling of units produced, battery cell cost will fall by 28%. LFP is lithium-ion batteries, in case you're wondering. And you can see here how the cost has dropped significantly, and it's going to continue to drop as more and more batteries are produced to the point where it's going to really, really make it much cheaper to build an electric car. Electric vehicle cost could rival gas-powered options in 2023. That's next year. The total cost of ownership. Now, total cost of ownership means gas, insurance, maintenance, and all that. For a like EV, drop below that of a Toyota Camry in 2019. EV production costs and sticker prices are likely to drop below those of gas-powered vehicles in the next 1 to 2 years and undercut them by 25 to 35% in 2025, according to what they believe will happen. Now, it's okay to disagree. What's wrong with that? But I know a lot of people aren't only going to disagree, they're going to just have a field day with it and, okay, whatever. If that makes your day, go ahead. In 2019, the production cost, not sticker price, but production cost of a 350-mile EV was $50,000 and a Camry is $23,000. 2021, the EV cost $40,000 to produce. 2023, they say it's going to be $24,000. Man, I don't know. That's a huge amount to knock off. And in 2025, they predict $16,000. Oh, if they could do that, that'd be awesome. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I had someone in the family last week tell me that electric cars would never get down to $25,000. And I told him he was wrong. I said, you are dead wrong. And you can get a Nissan Leaf right now for about $28,000. Brand new. They'll definitely get down 25, maybe even 20,000. Electric vehicle sales continue to take share. While sales of gas-powered vehicles recovered slightly in 2021, EV sales soared and continued to gain share globally, while gas-powered cars are falling. Now, those that don't seek the truth, those that just want to dig into their side and EVs suck, they're going to say, you can't get gas cars right now. The lots are empty. Well, maybe not, but you sure could in 2018, 2019, and 2020. Just maybe you couldn't in 2021. And I think they're available all through 2020. And I know they were most of the year. And those people will also say, yeah, but a lot of foreign nations are making it very difficult to buy gas cars. That ain't true. There are a lot of nations that are putting incentives for electric cars, but you can still easily buy a gas car in almost any nation right now without paying too much of a penalty for doing so. 2018, 19, and 20, gas sales were all down and EV sales were all up. And gas car sales recovered 1.7% last year, while electric vehicle sales went up 112%. Up 4 straight years. Gas cars, ICE cars down 3 or 4 years in sales. Or growth. Not sales, but growth. This is growth. Electric vehicles are breaking traditional S-curve dynamics. Look at the graph to the right. Year over year percent change in global battery electric vehicle sales. 60%, 66, 46, 71%, 79%, 16, 33, 112%. Look how, they are just, the sales of electric cars are just increasing, dramatically. And I think it'll continue to do so. As one big problem with electric cars, in my opinion, especially in the United States, people are still scared the battery is going to conk out on them in 2 or 3 years. If you tell them it has an 8-year, 100,000-mile warranty, they're scared to death it's going to conk out at 105,000 miles. And people aren't used to them. And range is still an issue because to buy an electric car with a lot of range takes a lot of money. You can't go out there and buy you can buy a new Kia Soul for $20,000. You can't go out there and get an electric car that'll go 300 miles for $20,000. And that's a big problem that's going to be fixed in the future. All right, let's get back to this. That's the end of what they had to say that I thought was worthy for electric cars. Let's look at autonomous ride-hailing. They believe autonomous ride-hailing will reduce the cost of mobility to 1/8 the average cost of ride-hailing services today, like Uber, spurring widespread adoption. Now think about this. If you've got a car out there and you don't mind strangers being in it and it can go by itself, when you're at work working an 8-hour shift, it could be going around picking up people and taking them wherever they want to go for that 8 hours. And, and you could actually make some money on your car rather than it sitting out there in the parking lot. And there'll be some people that will love that ideal. There'll be others who want a bunch of weirdo strangers, maybe with bed bugs in their car. And I can see people having a whole fleet of cars if they live in an area where it's popular enough. And those cars can just run around all day, 24 hours a day. Well, unless they need to be charged. And picking people up, making money. All right, now I found this interesting. Look at that horsey and buggy. Autonomous ride-hail is likely to be extremely affordable. Adjusted for inflation, the cost of owning and operating a personal car has not changed since the Model T rolled off the first assembly line. ARK estimates that at scale, autonomous taxis could cost consumers as little as 25 cents per mile. Now, the horse and buggy cost $1.70 a mile, adjusting for inflation. Then 70 cents and 25 cents in the future with autonomous driving, they predict. If you can get 25 cents a mile, you could get an autonomous vehicle take you from LA to New York for 700 biggins. Man, that's cheap. Dallas to Houston, 60 biggins. And you can just sit over there and read or play games or make people mad on Facebook, whatever you want to do. Now, today, consumers pay $2 per mile on average for ride hail, like Uber. That means if you took an Uber from LA to New York, it'd be $5,600. And Dallas to Houston, $480. Now, I don't believe for a second they're going to charge you $5,600 to take you from LA to New York. You could probably get a limousine to take you for that price. I'm guessing. I've never tried. If you're in New York and you need to go to LA, I'll come pick you up, and I won't charge you $5,600. I don't know what I'll do it for, but I'll probably do it for $3,000. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I'd do it for less than $5,600. I guarantee you that. Autonomous mobility could increase traffic and create an opportunity for air taxis. Now, it's going to be like Back to the Future. Priced at 25 cents per mile, autonomous ride hail is likely to expand the customer base and increase traffic congestion significantly. Our research suggests that autonomous air taxis will offer faster travel options at price points roughly the same as ground taxis today. Now, I can see where air taxis could be extremely cheap in the future because they can run on electricity and be pretty efficient. But again, is the government going to allow it? How far in the future is it? I can't imagine it's 2030. No, I can't imagine that. But they think a helicopter in the future will cost $195 and get you to from Manhattan to JFK Airport in 5 minutes. But you can just, a subway takes an hour and it's $8 right now. Autonomous taxi, they think will take about 80 minutes and cost $10. In 2030. Okay, so that's all I was going to look at. This thing is huge, has multiple sections. You can find it and download it and read the whole thing if you want to. I will put a link in the description. If I can find where I found it, if I can locate where I found this at, I don't even remember. That's it. Take this for what it's worth. Take it as just hopes and dreams. Take it as something that very well may happen. Take it as something that might happen. Or just say Kathy Wood is the biggest moron on the face of the earth and she has no idea what she's talking about and she's an idiot if you want to, if that's what you want to do. It's all up to you, whatever you want to do. I think some of it has a very good chance of happening and some of it very little chance of happening. But it's interesting. I found it very interesting. Okay, now I'm going to put screenshots of all the holdings as of today in the ARKK ETF. And let you take a look at it if you want to. Just pause the screen. That's about all. That's enough bloviating.